Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Darren Dyke from GizmoSlip.com, and before we get into the GoPro review, I wanted to let you know about a little giveaway that we're doing. It's going to be for a full HD Hero 2 package. It's going to involve the GoPro HD Hero 2. It's going to have a chest mount, and it's also going to have a 16 gigabyte Class 6 card, so it's fast enough to maintain speed on this camera. And there's two ways that you can enter this. The first is if you go to any of the videos involving the GoPro and like that video on Facebook, that gets you one entry. And you can do that by clicking the like button down beneath the video and then selecting the Facebook option. The second way you can do that is if you go to this link here. It's not clickable, but it's this link here, facebook.com/gizmoslip. And like our Facebook page, that will be a second list of people that we will be pulling from. So the first is going to be from our subscriber list, and we will just message you and ask if you had posted it to Facebook, and what we'll be asking for is like a photo or a screenshot of that having been posted to your Facebook as proof. January 1st is when we're going to be starting to go through and select our winners. So just make sure that you do this before January 1st and you're in the running. So without further ado, enjoy our review on the GoPro HD Hero 2. So the HD Hero 2 is designed to be a point of view type camera, meaning you can attach it to just about anything and take it just about anywhere. It is very durable, take like drops and falls, go into cold weather. The waterproof housing is capable of going up to 180 feet underwater, which is excessively more than any other consumer-ended camcorder on the market.
Attach it to cars.
All the way, son.
Damn! Okay, now it's really stuck. Alright, we're good.
If you're familiar with the old GoPro, you know that it did record at full 1080p resolution at 30 frames a second, which is pretty awesome. One thing to note though, it was recording on a 5 megapixel sensor. The new GoPro actually uses an 11 megapixel sensor. So the clarity is going to be much better on the newer GoPro than it is on the older. It also is going to have better low light capabilities, despite the fact it's really still not all that amazing, partially because of the size of the sensor that's in the camera. There's not a whole lot of surface for the light to hit in the first place. One thing that's also really cool about the new GoPro, it can shoot, like the lower in the resolution you go, the higher the frame rate goes. So when you're shooting at 1080p, you're shooting at 30 frames a second. But when you bump it down to the 960p, it's going to be 48 frames. And then 720, it's going to go down to 60, up to 60. And then when you go down to the 480p, which is standard definition, that is actually 120 frames per second. One thing to know about these cameras, their audio sucks. They use a little pinhole mic, so there's not really a whole lot of...
and when they're encased in a case like this,
it's excessively worse.
It's so bad.
You can actually hear it rattle a little bit inside of the cage. Every vibration is felt. What is advantageous about the new GoPro as opposed to the old GoPro is that it does also have a mic in port. So if you do need to be able to get higher quality audio out of your camera, all you have to do is plug in a compatible mic and you have better quality audio. Do note there's no way to control that manually on board. It also has a mini HDMI out port, so if you decide that you want to do any live streaming to the internet, or if you want to record for longer periods of time, you can do that through that HDMI port. This does not automatically come with the screen that you see on the back of this one. That is actually a detachable modular part. That
costs $80.
Yep, $80. It is very useful, albeit it does take up a lot more battery life. Without the screen, the battery life is generally in the range of about 4 hours. Really, really good battery life. With the screen on, you're less than an hour.
Well, it depends. You can also turn the screen off. Good thing it's durable.
Right.
But you can also turn the screen off right after you start shooting, and it'll keep shooting, so it doesn't use any extra battery life that way. But if you keep previewing images and watching your videos again, it's going to suck the battery life right out.
There is more accessories to this camera than you're going to find on any other type of camera. You can,
more accessories than girls can wear.
You can attach it to your car, you can attach it to your board, you can attach it to your head.
Face.
Exactly. It's really, it's literally, it's just a little screw mount down on the bottom.
Attach it to your dog.
Yeah, we tried that.
We did that with the shoelace.
Operations on this camera are fairly simple, albeit they do take a little bit of getting used to.
Yeah, they're kind of weird.
Yeah, so there's literally 2 buttons that control this camera.
With the screen, there's 3.
The bottom one is used to turn the camera on initially. After the camera is on, the top button is used to record. The bottom one is used to toggle between the different settings. So if you wanted to hop into the menu and change the frame rate for the video, you would just toggle over to the settings option, click the top button to select it, and then just alternate to navigate that menu and to exit eventually when you're done. It's also cool that it has lights for when you're recording on the top, the front, and the bottom. So if you have it on your head, you can actually just look up and see if it's recording or not. So you don't go and take a ski run or something like that and miss out on the entire run. It may be small, it may be inexpensive, but it is the best at what it does. The GoPro has revolutionized the idea of point of view cameras. Before it was a very niche market. This brings it into your hands. Anybody can use this. Anybody can. It's very durable, so you don't really have to worry much about it. I will say though, the cool videos and stuff that you see advertised through GoPro, those do undergo a lot of post-production work, stabilization and color correction. So don't be disappointed when you see that the imagery on the camera itself after you've recorded it isn't exactly what you've seen on those commercials. You can, if you want to take some time to learn about some basic post-production work, get that kind of quality out of it. It is possible, but just a fair warning there. A lot of those things are very, very edited in post. So in conclusion, for its type of camera, this is definitely the best out there.
The best.
I highly recommend it. We are going to be doing a series of durability tests over the next couple weeks, so pay attention to those. We have a number of ideas already in mind, but we're definitely curious if you guys have any particular ways you want to see us test their strength. So
full bats, M10s,
cars,
boats,
slingshots,
fishing poles. No matter how ridiculous, post it below in the comment section.
Whoop.
Subscribe or
die.
Die.
And he's wrong.